And the Mayor is not telling you the sort of crimes that are reported. He's saying 5% of crimes are reported at a police desk, but he is not telling you that 14% of rapes are reported at a police front desk. The Mayor cannot tell you how many people visit a police station, and he cannot tell you how much each closure of a police station is costing. We have not been told any of this information, and that is what you as the public should have.
Assembly Member Susan Hall.
Thank you, Charlene. It's somewhat typical that the Mayor started his answer by blaming somebody else, because that's what he does all the time, and some of us are sick to death of it. So if I start off, I agree with my colleague here about front counters. We're on the Police and Crime Committee together, and we have been fighting this from the minute we knew about it. The Deputy Mayor knew about it as well in November. It's such a shame that they don't think to share this with us, because we'd have started campaigning against it straight away. So my colleague has answered beautifully over that, and we will continue to fight because people want their front counters. The Mayor promised he'd keep them, but you cannot rely on anything he says. And then we go to the far right. Well, let me tell you, we are sick to death of being called the far right. The number of people that went on that march this weekend, they're not political at all. They're just very, very fed up. They're very fed up with this Labour government and the problems they're causing. They've been fed up with this Labour mayor for a very long time, and they wanted to walk through the streets so that people would know. And the fact that they're carrying Union Jacks or the Union flag or the St George's flag, that doesn't mean anything other than that they're proud of their flag, and as am I, let me tell you. They're not far right, and I wish you'd stop calling people far right. This is what he always used to do to opponents.
Okay, Susan Hall, are you going to be answering the question?
I am.
I don't believe you are answering the question.
Well, I think I am, but I'll move on to the next bit if you like. Carnival. Now, the police have to be there at Carnival, 7,000 of them on each day. It's cost us all an absolute fortune. Thank God they had the foresight to do lots of raids before the Carnival, because on one of them they found, or in several of them, 11 firearms, which they had intelligence to say they were going to be taken to the Carnival. Had they have done, I suspect we would have had murders this year. Thank God we didn't, and I put that down to damn good policing before the event started. We have to have these things. I think there were 5 stabbings. The amount of police officers that are injured every single year is nothing short of a disgrace. No police officers should ever be attacked, whether it's a march, a festival, a carnival. It's outrageous. And this I will agree with the Mayor on, because I've been saying it too. It is a victim of its own success. The roads are not wide enough to keep the carnival there. And every year you just hold your breath and hope that nothing fatal is going to happen.
Okay, thank you very much, Susan Hall. Right, I'm going to go to an online question because they're back working again. This is the question that had the most likes online. As a woman, I sometimes still feel nervous walking home at night. What are you doing to tackle violence among women and girls so that women feel safe wherever they are, Mr. Mayor?
Well, thanks for that question online. I mean, this is one of the biggest challenges we face as a society. Each 3 days across our country, a woman is killed at the hands of a man. We have an epidemic of violence against women and girls. So from City Hall, we've invested more than £230 million to tackle the issue of violence against women and girls. The enforcement side, we're using a terrorist tactic called V100. The most violent offenders, the police are going after. They've made record numbers of arrests. As a consequence, rape charges are up, and other charges of domestic abuse, domestic violence are up. We're using the prevention orders the government's given, and the police have now set up in every BCU an anti-stalking and a predator unit as well to take action against those at the enforcement side. At the prevention side, we've got to change boys' attitudes in particular in primary school and secondary school. So we're doing relationship training. We're working with boys in particular and girls in relation to what is a healthy attitude towards girls. We're trying to make sure children know how to call out red flags at a young age, so boys don't grow up to be misogynistic adults. Girls have the confidence to say no as well. Working with councils to improve the public realm, so you have well-lit streets. We also, in public transport, are taking pioneering steps. We have 77,000 cameras on the public transport network. We're now installing cameras at bus stops as well, because women have expressed concern around what happens at bus stop. And I was really pleased and proud that Gina Martin, a Londoner, campaigned to change the law to make upskirting a criminal offence, because I know my experience as a man is different when it comes to the experience girls and women have in terms of certain offences across our city and our country. But look, we've got to make sure there's a whole society approach to tackling this issue, and I'm determined to make more progress here.
Okay, thank you very much. Assembly Member Garrett.
I just want to say very briefly, in answer to the first question about the manifesto. So occasions like this, sometimes there can be a bit of political grandstanding, occasionally can creep in. Most of the work of the London Assembly scrutinising the mayor is the sort of careful, detailed work that people like to hope that politicians do but rarely see. So I want to give a plug. Tomorrow morning, the Budget and Performance Committee, which I chair, from 10 o'clock, we have a big, long list of all of the mayor's manifesto promises, and we'll be going through them, challenging his senior team about how they're delivering on all of them and how they're going to get them done, if at all, by the end of the term. So tune in on our YouTube channel or on the London Assembly website tomorrow from 10 o'clock, and you'll see, I think, a very exciting meeting.
I'm not sure we stand regarding adverts during this bit, but you've done it anyway. Assembly Member Garrett. Assembly Member Emma Best.
Thank you, Chair. I'll come first to the question around violence against women and girls. And I think every woman knows that feeling of your familiar walk home, where you look for those safe spots that you know you'll see. That's the stations that might be still open and lit up, the busy high streets, which unfortunately we might come into the economy section where the nightlife's being hammered, so those are no longer. And the other safe spot that you normally see is a police station. And that is something, again, that the mayor is threatening us with losing. And so to come onto that police station counter, here's the really important bit. The last bit of data we have shows that only a fifth of visits to a police station are to report a crime. There's a whole host of other reasons for update on serious crime, missing persons, why people visit police stations. But the Met has not taken any data on how many visits we have at the moment. We just know that we're quoting the reported crime figure, and that is it, but that doesn't even account for a fifth of visits. And the mayor is not telling you the sort of crimes that are reported. He's saying 5% of crimes are reported at a police desk, but he is not telling you that 14% of rapes are reported at a police front desk. The mayor cannot tell you how many people visit a police station, and he cannot tell you how much each closure of a police station is costing. We have not been told any of this information, and that is what you as the public should have. The other information that I think is really important around police stations is, where do people have to go? This is pushing people in outer London into inner area Londons on bail. They'll be having to travel over an hour to sign for bail. These are people that don't necessarily have committed a crime. These are also people that have moved away from areas to get away from violence, to get away from old lifestyles, and we're pushing them back into that lifestyle with this proposal. Okay. Now, on the final point, if I can, Chair, just briefly, when it comes to flying the flag, I think it doesn't matter if you've been here for 5 days or 5 generations. We should all be proud of our country, because when we're proud of our country, we're proud of our communities. When we're proud of our communities, we look after our communities. And so I think if you're on the left, the right, the centre, you should want to fly the British flag with pride.